When women come out to say that they hate men, I used to have a problem with that statement. I don't think I'm going to have a problem with that very statement anymore, because
what is this? What type of rubbish tradition is this?
Today, we're talking about the Alụe-Do festival in Delta State, a traditional event that has recently sparked outrage across the world. Rape festival. There are videos and stories coming out of Nigeria, but here's the truth. It's more complicated and more disturbing than just a headline. Because what happens when culture becomes a cover for harm? Welcome to Girlhood Dynamics, where we unpack the realities of womanhood, power, safety, and society. The festival is traditionally a fertility and cleansing ritual practiced by the Ozoro people. It was meant to symbolize renewal, clearing negative energy, promoting prosperity, and honoring ancestral traditions. Recently, videos surfaced showing groups of young men in the streets, chasing women, stripping them down, and sexually assaulting them in broad daylight. Let's hear some thoughts and opinions from people online, from Nigeria, and globally as well.
when women come out to say that they hate men, I used to have a problem with that statement. I don't think I'm going to have a problem with that very statement anymore, because explain to me, someone, no, like just try, someone should please explain to me, because I don't understand it yet. Like, what do you mean that there's a raping festival, there's a raping festival going on in Delta State? Like, they've set this day aside, like today we are going to be raping women. Are you people normal? Like, what? These are the issues. What is the problem? I saw people's fathers, men, matured men, people's brothers, people's uncles, even children trying to. Jesus Christ.
Where is the tradition that dehumanizes men? Where is the tradition that normalizes cutting off men's private parts when they decide to take it upon themselves to take advantage of women and children by raping them? Where is the tradition that emasculates men? But there's a whole bunch of traditions in Africa specifically that dehumanizes women every single time. Fortunately, women around the world are going through it, but you see, like, women from the Middle East and women from Africa specifically, I always feel sorry for them, because they are not even identified as human beings. They are not even looked at as human beings. They are looked at as objects. We're looked at as objects and animals that can just easily be taken advantage of. Because what is this? What type of rubbish tradition is this? And it's like, I still get shocked, because when I woke up this morning and I saw this stuff trending, and I'm like, okay, let me open the comments as I normally do. The men were applauding this, literally encouraging it. And they told you guys to stay inside the house now. They told you guys to stay inside the house now. What are you doing outside? Really? What if that was your sister? What if that was your mother? What if that was your daughter? No empathy whatsoever. And the worst part about it is the police that's supposed to be on an arrest spree, arresting those maggots, arresting those barbaric human beings, managed to respond to somebody on Twitter and still sexualize their response. Do you see the times that we are living in? Do you see what women have to deal with on a daily? The police that's supposed to protect still managed to sexualize their response to the situation on Twitter for the world to see. I said they have no regard for women's lives. No single regard at all. So this, whatever useless tradition this is, it prohibits women from coming out of the house for a period of time. And you thought that whoever the upholders of these traditions, the downfall of women, and it's so unfortunate, is, I will always say, is culture and it's tradition. Culture and tradition was made to dehumanize women. That's it, because there is no culture and there is no tradition that protects women. There is none. There is none. There's literally none. Because some women decided not to partake in the tradition, they're leaving their house, they're walking. It gives you guys the right to attack her. It gives you guys the right to undress her. It gives you guys the right to grape her. That is the consequence for not abiding by this silly. Mind you, this country that we as Nigeria, as we're talking about, is going through hell. It's in turmoil. The president is in the UK, and instead of these useless men to join together to figure out how we are going to fix this country, the only time they get to show their power is when it is to harass and abuse women. The men that is supposed to protect. You guys will say that, oh, we bring protection and provision to the table. What are you protecting? Who are you protecting? And look at how the boys, I won't even call them men, look at how the boys are responding to the situation. They're having a grand old time laughing at women.
They're not come out guest friends, Ozoro. They're saying, you know, good. Yeah, I'm not doing those guests. People don't get joy. I don't come on get bride. Let's see guy they come on the girl better than all rape him. She for the talk now say we so now. Not say everything do what. She what if you do now? Hello, guy.
I have been in Delta State for over a decade. Like, I'm an indigenous of Ughelli. Bro, this is the first time in my entire life I am hearing of a tradition like this. And mind you, I'm a traditional person. Like, this is the first time. I'm pretty sure that the entire tradition is not like this. If it be all those smokers when they rode, all those youths, all those stupid boys, night take them like that. Like, they just decided to harass women. What the heck? Because I swear, like, as I don't know if Soko people rich, I have never even heard of something like that. This is wild. This is wild. Yes, there are festivals of fertility. There are different festivals. Yes, even Nugeli said there's a festival that you say women should not come outside. But still, they will not, like, what the heck? Jesus, bro. I dey watch videos here. My brain won't blow. My brain wants to blow. My head wants to blow because there's this particular girl that was begging. She was begging that she was like, I will run. They were ripping her clothes, bro. This will over. Oh, and the funny part is that the statements they wrote outside, they said some of the youth. What do you mean some? Over 40 boys. Over 40 men. If not your sister. If it was your sister, can you stand it? Jesus Christ. Jesus. They were ripping people's clothes. Like, how can you do such a thing? How can you even, as a human being, how you feel do such a thing? Like, I'm pretty sure, see, I don't even want it to be like, oh, that's Delta State tradition. Because this thing, they make, because people are coming outside to now make it look like, oh, Delta State is bad and stuff like that. Now these people do them like that, oh. We not get any tradition like that. That is nonsense. It is rubbish. I'm not sure say any tradition. And to the idiots are coming outside to say that they told the girls that they should stay inside. They did not stay inside. The girl that was on bike, allegedly, she was with her boyfriend. They took her from the bike. She was with her boyfriend on the bike and they took her from the bike. And you are opening your mouth to say, how is it even right? When they talk, say, I'm not here to defend the situation, but they told you to stay inside, you would have stayed inside. Are you okay? Why is there even a cultural event that is about raping women? Because in the first place, if we're even talking about festivals normally, you will know that, okay, this is the thing they're doing. Like, this is the, maybe na juju, maybe na water, maybe for the Omaluku, no be boats they do, no be boats. Omaluku period ready for boats. They go enter boats. They row the boats. They row the boats. You know, Omaluku period they say no vex to get a person because they swear for you that juju go work. You will know that, okay, this is a traditional something. The videos we saw, we did not even see any traditional something. There was no masquerade, there was no juju, there was nothing. You guys just came outside to be gripping and harassing people. And one person saying that nobody is great, they'll just molest. How would you do you know those girls they are traumatized? The fact that it's a student environment. It is a student environment. Most of those people might not even be indigenous of your community. You don't traumatize those girls. These are people they send to schools. These are people that they send to school. This is somebody's daughter. This is somebody's sister. This is somebody's granddaughter. Are you people okay? Jesus, I'm so embarrassed. I am so embarrassed. I don't feel like for you. Like, I am dead ass embarrassed. I am very embarrassed. Like, the fact is happening in my state, I am disappointed. I am heavily disappointed. You see, as a normal person, I am disappointed. I'm not sure say I feel see Ozoro like men the same way again. And I'm pretty sure that they don't give a shit. Like, there's still some people that come outside and still defend this kind of barbaric behavior. Like, they go defend that to the end and you tell you yes. See, I'm a traditional person. My grandfather is a king. What the fuck? This is just nonsense. It is rubbish. It is nonsense. There's this Robo account that I'm following safe. The worry. he was saying he was trying to defend it. And even they go and follow himself. After I don't post this video, I go and follow him because that is just rubbish. You cannot defend such a tradition. I understand the government. That's the reason why my first video I posted, I was like, I understand that we have traditions. The government used to try their best to respect the traditions, but this is nonsense. This is rubbish. This is absolute nonsense. You know, if you see Igbe person they do this thing, you know, if you see Water Piki they do this thing. This is nonsense. These are just men coming outside to use tradition to cover their criminal mindset. These people are evil. Ah, God, I beg.
Never in all of my years of living have I heard of a raping festival. And I'm sorry if I pronounced the name wrong of where it's at, in Ozoro, in a Delta state, and grown men are literally going outside and finding whatever woman, girl that they see, crowding her, sexually assaulting her, and not letting them leave. Never in my life have I ever heard about this. And they're saying it's a tradition. A tradition? Are you fucking kidding me right now? And even people who go to school there, they don't even know about this. They're literally being caught in a crossfire. Every woman is being caught in a crossfire right now and telling them, certain men who are not participating are telling them not to come outside because they will get crowded by a group of men and sexually assaulted. How is this okay? And the videos that I've seen, like, I couldn't even watch them all the way through because that is just so freaking sick to participate in something like that and saying, oh, get out the way, this is our tradition. What kind of fucking tradition is that, bro? The amount of men that are in that video running and chasing after girls is so sick. And I hate to think about the fact on what happens behind closed doors. Like, I know, but it's just sick to think about. A festival, a tradition, bomb all men. Bomb them all.
People residing in Ozoro have their own thoughts and opinions. Let's hear from them.
Broad daylight in the city of Ozoro, Delta State. Girls, this is not one person. Multiple girls were harassed. I'm not just talking about the normal harassment. You know the harassment that I'm talking about. They were essayed in Ozoro. You understand? I saw the videos and it was really, really traumatizing. I think some of the girls, they tore their clothes, like their breasts were out. And these boys were pressing their breasts. And this is not one person. These boys were like up to 15. If not more than 15, they chased these girls. First of all, they didn't care as this girl is running, if she's going to fall and something will happen to her. I'm even hearing news that 2 of them lost their lives. 2 girls lost their lives. And it's something we should applaud all in the name of a festival. Now, let me tell you, there is nobody that can tell you this story better than me because I'm somebody who was born and brought up in Ozoro. I live in Ozoro. I was born and brought up in the city of Ozoro. I've experienced this festival all my life and it has never happened like this before. This is what happened when horny people who have been waiting for a moment to commit atrocities, finally get that moment. This is what happened. And sadly, sorry to say, right, a lot of men, if you are given the chance to actually grape a lady, many of you will take that chance. The only thing holding a lot of you from graping a lady is law. Is law and the fear of being persecuted. If there were no law, a lot of you men would grape ladies because that video was enough evidence that many men who look innocent, you have the mindset to grape a lady if you have the chance. Because what you people did in those videos in Ozoro, is more than grape. Do you know what it means? You traumatized this lady. You didn't just traumatize her. You people disgrace this lady all in the name of festival. I have lived in Ozoro all my life. I've never seen this festival happen like this before. And I heard that a lady was being harassed. And these are men that were raised by parents. So the parents that raised these children, sorry to say, you people are useless parents. Very stupid people. You raise sons without morals. The time you are supposed to teach your sons morals and discipline, you leave them to go and play ball. Now they are grown up. Now they are behaving like fools. No shame, no discipline, no fear of the law. You are not even scared that, oh, this person can follow. You people chase this girl from a distance. And it's something we should clap for. You chase these girls just to sexually harass them. You people tore their clothes, their breasts were at and you were pressing. See, as all of now they press the breast like say na government money where they share. And up till now, I've not heard the enemies of any of those boys being apprehended by the police. None of them have been apprehended by the police. We should be clapping for them. And now when women say, oh, we are scared of men, we keep questioning, why people scared of men? Why people scared of men? Do you know how many men were in those videos? This is not one set of men. Different sets. Do you know how many men were in those videos? And sadly, most of them are students. Most of them are students. See the way you use your hand to spoil your life. Because I'm very, very sure this case is not serious. It is no longer a small case. And even the king of Ozoro was not aware of this festival. The king of Ozoro was not aware of this festival. I don't know a lot of details about this festival because I'm not that kind of person who get involved in things like this. I was not raised like that. But what I know is in this festival, women are not supposed to come outside. That is all I know. And when you come outside, they will just shout. They will just shout. Sometimes maybe you will just pay fine. They will not say, yeah, enter bike, they go. And that's all. You will not use hurry, and enter bike, go. Sometimes you will be laughing. But this is the first time. Now, this is what happened when Gen Z hold power. When the Gen Z start controlling authorities and tradition, this is what happened. You people misuse everything. Same way you misuse money, you misuse knowledge, you misuse sex and everything. This is it. When Gen Z starts handling tradition, they misuse it. A lot of you men in those videos, you were already looking for opportunities to harass women. So when you got that opportunity, that was the best moment for you to display what has been on your mind. And sadly, these are people's boyfriends. These are people's sons. These are people's sons. These are people raised by two stupid individuals that call themselves parents. You can't teach your sons discipline. You sexually harass somebody in public. You tore her clothes. You don't even care about this person's shame. If this person, na disgrace to the disgrace this girl, you not even care. Una just misbehave in the name of tradition. Is this how they have been doing it in Ozoro? I'm an Ozoro boy. I've lived in Ozoro all my life. Is this how they have been doing this festival? We did not trend for a good reason. We are trending for bad reasons. Now, let me tell you the truth, Loki, a lot of you men, have raped a lady before. It's just that most of those ladies have not had the courage to come outside and speak. I'm telling you nothing but the truth. This video alone was an evidence that if they give a lot of you men chance and right to grape women and assault women, a lot of you will take it. A lot of you will take advantage of that thing and grape a lot of ladies. See the joy in their hearts. See the joy in their heart trying to harass a woman. They want touch-free breasts. Are you mad? Even if that tradition, even telling them on do, don't you have shame? Don't you have where's your steez now? People boyfriend and sadly this one as somebody odogu. You will be dating men, dating stupid men. Try to ask your boyfriend questions. I do say this thing a lot. I've said this thing. Any man that is capable of drugging a lady before knocking her, that man is capable of gripping a lady. That man is capable of essaying a lady. I'm telling you nothing but the truth. We should clap for you. Please, to the officers in Delta State, you people should take action. Those boys in that video, I thank God that a video was made and you guys can identify their faces. They should face the law. They should face the law. So this thing will not repeat itself next time. And if you are a girl in Ozoro, right? You know the best thing I would advise you to do, please, you people should protest. Protesting these boys, they get apprehended by the police. And if they don't get apprehended, if the police do nothing, you people should take jungle justice. Look for them, find them to their houses. Anyone want to say one a stone knife, you want for there go, make from there go, you understand? The lives of women matters a lot. And this is not just all about sexual harassment alone. This is about somebody's life. This is about traumatizing somebody's life. Not everybody have that strong emotions to hold such grudges, such trauma. Maybe you can shock you after this trauma now because they have faces on the internet, have breasts on the internet. Some will not take drugs and kill themselves. Some will not take things and end their lives. All in the name of tradition. So please, to authorities in Delta State, people should take action. Justice must be served. Please. Now some of these boys now be the reason why women say they talk say they fear me, and this is why the feminist movement should be encouraged. And this is why more women should learn how to speak out. Things like this. And I decided for me to say I'm from Ozoro. I swear to God, because it's a disgraceful act, trying to sexually harass a lady in public. And when they post sensitive content like this, TikTok will be taking it down. But people are checking out on the internet every day, TikTok will leave it. I shame for now, well. If that person are your brother, you be fool. If that person are your son, you will born that pikin, you be useless person as well. And if now your girlfriend be this, your boyfriend be this, you don't get shame, you don't get class. Sad. If these people are students, they should be expelled from Ozoro, that university in Ozoro. If they are students, they should be expelled. Everybody in that video, if they are all students, let them be expelled.
I'm disappointed as a Nigerian, but mostly disappointed as a Deltan. I am a Deltan. So, you people have what they call Grapey Festival in 2026. Like, a group of men will come together, select a day, and tell you, we announce dates. You announce 7 days. 7 days. Even God, when he created heaven and earth, rested on the 7th day. 7 whole days to go out there. See any woman, catch them and grape them. Shame on you. We don't have commissioner of police in Ozoro. We don't have commissioner for women affairs in Ozoro. We don't have a king in Ozoro. We don't. We don't have House of Assembly members, House of Representative members, local government chairman in Ozoro. Are you serious? In 2026? And their defense is, we announced it. Shut up your stupid mouth. I don't know. This is the most irritating thing I've ever seen or heard all my life. And you would think it's not happening until it happens to you. Until it happens to your sister. Until it happens to your mother. The world is no longer safe for women. God, I'm so tired. Like, my friend has literally been calling me that, Vicky, have you not seen what is happening online? I'm like, what's happening? I've not really been around. Throughout today, I was not around. Yesterday, I literally slept early because I had like ulcer attack. Like, my ulcer was disturbing me. I had to take injection. I just slept. And I've been on my business account. So there's a way I built my business account. I don't want it to be toxic. So I built my business account brick by brick. And she has been writing me all day, Vicky, are you not seeing what is happening? I said, let me switch to my other. I need to come here and see that it is really happening in broad daylight in 2026. Yes, it is happening. We don't have a governor. What will become of those girls that have been raped? When I say that 70% of men are wicked, people make me feel like I hate men. I don't hate men. I'm telling you the truth. In all of that video, 50 men, I never saw one guy say, it's okay, make una leave him. It's all right. I never saw one man say, it's okay. It's not right. Don't do it. Stop it. I never saw one man. I never saw in that video. Ladies, look after yourself. Oh, that's to tell you, if a typical man has every means to hurt you as a woman, he will go ahead to do it. He will just go ahead. He doesn't give a hoot about you. So you have to take care of yourself. You have to be selfish with yourself. And I can't even think about the trauma, those girls, all those women that have been raped for 2 days now. And I cannot even begin to think about the trauma they'll be facing by now. Imagine a group of men, a group of violent men, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 men forcing themselves on you. Just imagine. I'm sure none of them, or maybe half of them, will not even wear condoms. So you are at the risk of HIV, AIDS, hepatitis, syphilis, gonorrhea, any deadly ailments or sickness that you can think about. Why? Because you're a woman living in Ozoro. That is all you need to be. I'm so sad. I'm so angry. I'm so tired. I'm so exhausted. I can't even understand. I can't think about it. Like, it's so sad. This is the saddest thing I have ever heard all my life. Women, look after yourself. But the society is failing us every blessed day. Society is failing us, like, when a society where women cannot be women anymore. And you open your gutter mouth to say, I announced it. You announce what? They'll announce your death. I can imagine what will become of those men when they grow up to become adults, parents in the society tomorrow. Then the talk one will say, if you know fit be sumo picking well, you know go fit still be adults well. You get one word when our elders they talk like that. So these are the men that we're going to marry in the society. These are going to be the fathers of our children in the society. These are the brothers, the uncles, the nieces, the nephews, and the grandfathers that we are going to be with in the society. God, that beg, my head they burst. These are the men we are going to marry in the society. These ones that gang raping women in broad daylight in 2026. These are the men we are going to marry in the society. And tomorrow you tell me, Vicky, why you not marry? God punish you. God punish you. These are the men that are going to grow up to be fathers in the society. If you like, no look where. And when the curse of the Lord will be upon you, you marry an innocent girl, carry your curse, bundle the girl, join your curse, make the girl follow you, they suffer. Root of curse. 35 years ago, you grape an innocent girl on the road. It will be too late by then. These are the ones that every blessed day they buy them on the road. Every blessed day. These are the people. We're calling on the Commissioner of Police in Ozoro. Please, must arrest any man you see on the road. Arrest all of them. them, this is the kind of things we cannot tolerate in our society, that shouldn't be, that shouldn't exist, that shouldn't even be heard of, be seen in our society. God, I'm so exhausted. Like, I'm so tired. Like, I'm so tired. There's no hope for a common woman. Even in the village, you are not safe. In the city, in the society, there's just no hope for a common woman in the society. God. Sheriff, Mingwasa, what are you doing about it? You've not deployed men to Ozoro by this time? You've not deployed men to Ozoro by this time? Since yesterday? It is well. It is well, oh. It is well. May the causes of the pains of those women and the men that engage in such evil acts, may they never go unpunished in the mighty name of Jesus. You will suffer. So, watching the Graping Festival happening in Ozoro, I was just asking myself one question. Where are the brothers of those girls? The fathers and the uncles of those girls? And then I remembered, whoa, yeah, they are also in another place, graping another set of women. You're asking, why can't they go and report in the police station? You know, they hear say, if they catch you for outside, before you go walk out from here to that junction, they don't catch you, they don't naked you, and they don't grape you. Yes. You are asking, where are the brothers of those people? Where are the fathers? Oh, the father of a girl that was raped, that is also somewhere graping another set of women, is the father that will come, or the brother that will come and report this to the police. Is it making sense to you at all? This is to tell you that a typical Nigerian man does not like a woman. Whether you are his sister, or whether you are his daughter, or whether you are his wife, or the chances are very slim. Because if they get an opportunity where your own uncle can grape you, I swear to God, he will just do it like pam, 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 without even thinking twice. Most of the girls that have been raped, you know, in the society, they are mostly from their brothers, from their fathers, and from their uncle. Even internally safe, it's a problem. So you expect somebody that is guilty of a crime to go and advocate or save the sister while he's also committing the same crime. How is that going to work? It's never going to work. Like, so you can ask, where was your daddy? Where was your brother? Where was your this? All you want. But it's a man's word against a woman. Yes, it's a man's word against a woman. And if men are given the opportunity, they will do it over and over and over and over again. Yes, because they are wicked in nature. They don't have the heart of, the soft heart of women, and the soft heart of mothers in them. A woman would never do that to a man. You see a woman, the chances are very, very slim. But a man will do it 101% to a woman. So I hope that answers your question. Stop looking for the brothers of those girls, the fathers of those girls, the boyfriends of those girls. They're also somewhere doing the same thing to other girls. So that's it.
Let's be very clear. This is not culture. This is violence. And yet it happened under the name of tradition. Some community leaders have denied that the rapes even occurred. Others say the festival was misinterpreted. But the women in those videos, their fear was real. Their humiliation was real. Their violation was real.
For not 1 day, not 2 days, not 3 days, not 4 days, but 1 fucking whole week. Can I just preface by saying that I am enraged by what these women are having to go through. In fact, by what women are having to go through. But I am not surprised that this is actually happening. Because like time and time again, men have showed us what they are capable. Who needs to get arrested? Can we actually have the authorities on this matter? Let us say government has to arrest these men. It's even because of feminism that people are batting an eye or saying, oh, this is evil. These men used to do it and get away with it because it was normal way of life. So if you're not a feminist, please just use the door. We don't even need to be having this conversation. Time and time again, men have used pre-existing traditions, barriers, anything to hold women down. You hear things like, oh, it's just how a man should be. It is just how it is supposed to be. sorry. And a lot of these times, these traditions are even unfounded on the most stupid thing. I think Mark Twain said that the harder it is to justify a custom or tradition, the more difficult it is to actually get rid of this tradition. I was telling someone the other day that I am of the opinion that bride price or giving bride price, even if it's 15 naira, 13 naira, 16 naira, any symbolism of it, it has got to go. I told my father this, and he was like, oh, that you're being to work, you're being to this. These women that were raped currently, do you think if it was like 100 years ago, anybody would bat an eye to this so-called tradition? No, they would not, because it is the norm, it is the tradition. I'm speaking about this just to make awareness in the little way that I can, and talk about how tradition is limiting, or especially as a woman, if you feel like, oh, it's tradition, it's not that deep. My dear, it is very deep. I saw a lady say the other day that when you have something, that some people are very careful with it, some people are very gentle with their properties, but some people are very careless. You're still a property, nonetheless. You might get married to a man that, oh, you're changing your name to his name, and it's giving, oh, it's not that, he's very nice, he's treating me gently, it's not that anything, it's not a serious issue, it's not, just because yours is gentle with you does not mean that you could have not been unlucky. But I am of the opinion that until every woman is free, no woman is free. If you're in a religion or a tradition, or there are certain traditions that hinder you, or that places you on a pedestal below what you're supposed to have, or gives you lesser opportunities than what you're supposed to have, I'm gonna hold your hands, baby, and say this. You need to speak up. Challenge is not people that want to always follow tradition down to a T. Give me a headache. They make my head want to go boom. Because you will still see some people coming out to say, oh, they were informed, it is the tradition. While we're having this conversation, might I add that you will especially see some people that will start to demonize the African tradition. Say, oh, it is because of the rituals, it's because of the masquerade rituals. I'm telling you that the common factor is not the tradition, is not the religion. The common factor is men. In whatever religion that they find themselves, whatever tradition, whatever setting, they need to dominate, they need to oppress people as they have been told by society is in them. I don't even know what to say at this point. Please, guys, give up on that religion, give up on that tradition if it's holding you back, especially as a woman.
I've been seeing something about the Ozoro festival, Ozoro festival of Delta State. I don't know what that is, but as at last night, I was retweeting this on my Twitter because I was seeing how women were reporting assault. Say if you come out as a woman around 12 noon, say men are permitted to grape you. Say men are permitted to assault you. I never heard this festival before. I never heard this festival before for Delta State, but a lot of women have been tweeting and saying they are molesting people in my locality, nobody's doing anything. They are molesting people in my community, nobody's doing anything. They are molesting people in my school, nobody's doing anything. There's so many tweets, I can attach them here. Wait till they happen, Nigeria. Ministry of Women Affairs, what is happening? NAPTIP, what is happening? Please, which kind of barbaric festival is going on in Nigeria to the point that, okay, if now your mama come out around 12 noon, una go assault am? If now your sister come out around 12 noon, dear men, una go assault am? What is happening? Why to knock woman na una issue? Why to knock woman na una problem? Una won't collect her by force. What is the issue? Dear men of Ozoro of Delta State, what is the issue? Well, when they go about, they grape. Waiting they happen. Waiting they happen. I'm calling on NAPTIP. I'm tagging the UN women to this tweet. I'm tagging the Nigerian government. Make una do something about them. Instead of to be going up and down, I guess una president for UK they chop jollof rice. Only God know what he go sell for there. Whether he go sell the life of Nigerians, nobody know. Nobody know, because the outcome of that meeting will go know in the recent months and years to come. They are graping the citizens of Nigeria and the Nigerians, the first citizens, the first class citizens. They therefore Alụe-Do Yibo they chop. In fact, as I'm speaking to you, almost all the 36 state governors in Nigeria, they are not around. Now, only for Nigeria, the governor will come up for his own country to go another country to go welcome the president of his own country. I beg you, Nigerian government. I beg you, NGOs that are doing the right thing. I beg you, the UN women government, to take a look on this matter. This is unbearable. I have never had something like this. Say if woman come out around 12 o'clock, in noon, anything when she see, make she collect. Even grandmother did they grape, small pikin did they grape, mother did they grape, sister did they grape. In 2026, I'm shocked. I'm very, very shocked.
Laughing about the fact that people are being raped. I've seen countless videos and I can't even watch them till the end. Because why are people being raped? Why are you justifying the fact that people are raped all in the name of a damn festival in 2026? Is this the type of tradition that should prevail? Why are helpless students being raped? Why can't you just live as a woman? What's your gain with the fact that you're actually raping people? Raping you. Shagbadun. What's happening? Do you know how helpless those people would have felt? You're just walking, trying to exist, and then group of men, bunch of gigantic men that are, even one of them, you cannot handle one of them without strong they fucking are, and they come and they attack you. Does it make sense to anybody? What is fucking going on? What is going on? Why is it normal? And I'm sure this is not the first time, because this is definitely a tradition that has been happening for years.
Nigerian men, what did Nigerian women do to you people? Nigerian men, wetin Nigerian women do now? Did you people see that video of a girl that was stripped completely off her clothes? More than 10 men are ripping this girl's clothes off so that they can see her. Nigerian men, in fact, men all over the world, waiting women. What crime did we commit being created? All in the name of tradition. You people are raping women. And tomorrow, when somebody says it will not be well with Nigerian men, somebody will say that we are overreacting. I am so disgusted. Sometimes the thought of men, it irritates my life. I don't get it. I will just be asking God, like, what did we do? It's not even better that God just leave great men leave us now. No day now. God for just leave us, make men carry, make men they go. See the way that girl was crying. Nigerian men not gonna leave us now. I don't have the words. I don't have words. Just leave women alone. It will not be well with you people. One imbecile that I know his parents will not enjoy him in this lifetime, that I know will suffer till his last breath, that I know that every single calamity in this world will be his portion, is in the comment section of a blog saying that he's entitled to a woman's body. Nigerian men's entitlement to women's bodies is something that I cannot fathom. And to many of you that will come under this comment section to tell me that it is tradition, they ask you, you can see it's daytime. So even if she came outside, why not pursue her back in? So what will you? Opening her clothes and disgracing her and ripping her of every single dignity she has. What is it going to what end? You know, go better for now. Nigerian men that have refused to leave Nigerian women alone, your life will be sad. Trailer, we carry cement, go jam your parents, we no greet train you, jam your siblings, we see say you be nuisance, we no greet talk to you. All your family members, we watch you, they be nuisance. You carry up more from us, enter main road, you know, go better for now. We are not angry enough. We are not mad enough, Nigerian women. We are not mad enough. Only people, few of us to carry my phone. We are not mad enough. It's that girl today. It could be me tomorrow. It could be you next tomorrow. Everybody just sit down, they look. Una life go spoil finish. Una no go see better thing for life. Una go you will toil and toil. You no go see what you dey toil for. You go suffer. Bastardized incels. He has the rights.
This isn't just about one festival. This is about a pattern that we see across the world. When systems fail to hold men accountable, women are told to shrink, hide, adjust, and disappear. Stay indoors, they say. Don't go outside. Protect yourself. Some of those men were trying to break into women's houses. But why are we not asking? Why are the men not being controlled? Tradition should never require women to be invisible in order to be safe. Because once a culture normalizes female restriction, it creates an environment where abuse can quietly grow. And we've seen the extent to which it has grown. It's glaring loudly, it's screaming, it's causing pain. It's too much. Here at Girlhood Dynamics, we talk about power, and this is a power issue. Who gets to move freely? Who gets to exist without fear? Who is protected? And who is told to endure? When women's presence becomes provocative or forbidden, it subtly teaches society that women's bodies are public territory. And that's where the danger is. Men think that they're safe. Hear this story and think again.
My head is about to explode from whatever is going on in Ozoro. So my brother literally just called somebody in Delta State and oh Jesus Christ, please help me. And they told him that there were some victims, a guy and a girl, like obviously boyfriend and girlfriend walking together, and they dragged the girl from the guy, they raped the girl in front of her boyfriend, and the boyfriend was fighting, and they beat up the boyfriend and raped the boyfriend as well. The fact that these guys that we're talking about, they are the same guys that are flexing with Yahoo money in Delta State, in Ozoro. These are the same boys. Like literally that video that they were dancing and flexing. I know about 3 of them in that video. I know 3 of them in that video. The one holding the camera, I know him too well. These are Yahoo boys that are moving in money in Ozoro, building houses and driving big cars. And they still have time to do this festival. They still have time to do this nonsense. The fact that you rape somebody's girlfriend, you beat him and then you rape him as well. And then some of you feign ignorance when it comes to homosexuality. Jesus Christ, my head.
In 2026, we have Rape Festival. Rape Festival. These days, I want to call things what they are. Sometimes when we use the language that we use on social media, it just reduces what is happening. So it's rape. This festival happens in Ozoro State in Nigeria. Women who go out after a certain time, they are raped, sexually assaulted. And we have men waiting outside to do this. These men have options. They had a choice. And this is what they chose to do in the name of tradition and culture. In the name of tradition and culture. And yet, feminists are the ones destroying the traditions and culture that people want to protect. Feminists are the ones destroying our African community, not the sexual assault trauma, not the trauma that lives in our society, that lives in our community. Imagine the trauma that lives in that Ozoro State, the trauma that women, that girls have gone through, the generational trauma. That is the tradition we want to keep, the tradition of generational trauma, the tradition of trauma. Let that sink in, the traditions that perpetuate trauma. At no point in time should this have even been a relevant tradition. And we have men ready in the streets, showing their faces because they know nothing will happen to them. Who is going to protect the girls? I'm not going to show any of those videos. This is the state of the lives of the women in that Ozoro community. Fear, anxiety, trauma, pain, depression, emotional turmoil, dissociation, identity crisis. How can you love your community if this is what the community does to you?
Let's be balanced and clear. Not all traditions are harmful. Not all cultures promote violence. But any tradition that allows harm to women, whether intentionally or through neglect, must be questioned, challenged, and evolved. Because culture is not static. It grows, it adapts, it should protect, not endanger. And what about the law? Where are the authorities in all of this? Where is the governance? Where is the order?
So there has been an update regarding the incident in Delta and the very brutal and gruesome and barbaric acts that happened in Delta last night. The Delta State Police has confirmed that the chief priest of the Ozoro community and some of the community leaders have been arrested for organizing the festival and not informing the king before they did it, so they didn't have the consent of the king and all that nonsense. We've arrested the people that organized it. That's very fine. When are we going to start seeing the mass arrests of the people who engaged in this mass brutality? When are we going to start seeing the arrests of the people who engaged in this barbaric act? There are videos of this thing circulating all over the internet right now. We are seeing the faces of the individuals who have done these things. Their faces are not hidden. Their faces are very much visible and open for the entire world to see in these videos. So when are we going to start seeing the arrest of the perpetrators themselves? And that aside, this whole situation is bringing something else to light that I find deeply, deeply disturbing about the happenings in Delta State. Since the story broke, so many women have come online to share their experiences, the brutal experiences that they have suffered and they have been through in Delta State, in the hands of the men in Delta State. Incidents that happened that are very similar to the videos that we saw today. Some of them who were students in Delta State University, some of them who were coppers that were posted to Delta State, some parts of Delta State, and they had to be subjected to these barbaric things in the name of custom, in the name of culture and tradition. There was one particular lady who shared her story, and she said she was literally not even outside. She was in her house and they were trying to break in. She was crying, screaming, begging for help. Story after story is coming out, and almost every single one of them is pointing at one particular location, Delta State. The entire thing revealed something very disturbing to me, and that is how violent it is to exist as a woman in Delta State. Living in cultures that normalize mass sexual violence against women. It's showing that this whole thing is not a one-off. This one that we are seeing today is not a one-off incident, or is not something that happened in isolation. It has been happening for years, possibly decades. Fathers are doing it to their daughters. Brothers are doing it to their sisters. Husbands are doing it to their wives, to their children, to their sisters, to women they don't know. It has been happening for a long time. This is not the first time this is happening. And yet it is something that has persisted and has continued year after year with little to no intervention from the authorities in Delta State. Because I sure as hell know that for all these past experiences that these women have been talking about, there is no way in hell that the police have not been made aware of these things that are happening, and yet they still persist and they still continue to happen. And to make matters even worse, the police force for the Delta State came out and shared a statement that the commissioner has urged people to be patient, that they are carrying out investigations and all that nonsense. Someone criticized that tweet, pointing out the fact that the perpetrators are already on video. We can see their faces. Which more investigation do you want to carry out? A very valid criticism. And the response of the public relations officer of the Delta State Police, the response that he gave to a tweet criticizing him regarding a case of mass sexual violence, his response to a woman criticizing him about a case of sexual violence is to say, whenever I issue a statement, it seems to turn you on. May I ask why? A public relations officer in the police force, when we're dealing with a case of mass sexual violence, and that is a response that you thought was necessary to give in such a situation, in such a climate that we are currently in. The assumption of the office of the PRO is that that person has the communication skills and can communicate to the public efficiently during matters of during serious matters and during serious incidents. And your response to criticism about sexual violence is a sexual remark. You're making an innuendo, a sexual joke. I am so highly irritated. Like, the entire day, my body has just been vibrating because the entire situation, everything is pissing me off. Everything is pissing me off because what the actual hell is going on? What the hell? There's something about this Ozoro incident, right, in Delta State that has been stuck in my head, and I've been thinking about it for like the past few hours. And it's this. Imagine we never saw the videos. Imagine those videos never made it to social media. Imagine we did not have or see visual evidence of what happened to those poor girls. In that instance, imagine if one of those girls had come out and told us that this happened to me. Imagine she came online and she told us that she was present in a festival in a community where men were allowed to, perpetrate mass barbaric acts of sexual violence against women. There's one particular lady in the videos, her scream, I can still hear her scream in my head. Now imagine if we did not see the video and this girl came out and told us her story. She came out and told us that this is what happened to her, and she details what happened to her. We don't have video evidence, but she has told you what happened to her. What do you think the conversation on the internet would look like today? What do you think the conversation would be about right now on the internet? What would you think? What do you think men will be talking about on the internet regarding this right now? If there was no video evidence, they would call it false allegations. They would say she is lying. They would say she's exaggerating. They would be tagging VDM in the comment section, asking him to come and investigate the matter because they have a feeling about it. They have a bad feeling about it. If any of those girls had tried to come out to speak about what happened, the experience they had in that festival, if any of those girls had tried to do that today without us seeing the videos that we had seen or the videos that we are currently seeing, a lot of people would have dismissed that story. For some people, they would dismiss it because they personalize and they internalize that thing. Because the act is too disturbing for them to imagine, and they personalize it and they think in their heads, but I think I could never be able to do that. So they dismiss it based on that. Because they cannot imagine themselves committing such levels of violence, they will struggle to believe that someone else could, because they are all about personalizing every single thing that is happening. They are all about making it an individual thing. Another reason why they dismiss cases like this without video evidence is because it's just not serious enough for them to consider. It is way easier for them to minimize it. It is way easier for them to brush it aside. It is way easier for them to pretend it never happened. Look at what is happening now. Look at the videos that are out there. The conversation is not about false accusations anymore. It's now about, but the girls were warned, so why did they go out? At every single stage, the victim must carry the blame. If there is no video evidence, she is lying. If there is video evidence, then the questions begin. Why were you there? Why did you go out? Why were you wearing this? Why did you meet this person? Why did you say this? Why did you act like this? In every instance of sexual violence against women, the responsibility somehow always boomerangs back to the woman, back to the victim. If those videos had not surfaced on the internet, we would have been here arguing about whether these things are real or not. We would still be debating with the false accusation warriors right now. And that part is what makes my heart burn, because it's not every victim that has a video to prove what was done to her. I don't have a video of what was done to me, but that does not mean that I don't remember what happened to me. I don't remember what was done to me. I don't remember the faces of the people who did the things that they did to me. But just because I don't have a video does not mean that it did not happen. And not every victim that has evidence goes viral on this internet, because we have seen that the internet is the prerequisite for getting justice in this country, because it's only when it's making noise on the internet, it's only when people are showing outrage on the internet that our government acts, that our police acts. For a vast majority of the victims of sexual violence in Nigeria, all they have is their voice. So if your first instinct every time a woman speaks is either to blame her or to call her a liar, then are you really interested in justice? Or are you just a monkey degenerate from hell who stands for nothing and who is very determined to make sure that the victim is never believed?
So I want to ask you, where do we draw the line between respecting culture and protecting women?
More of a fuck of why people are not being freaking arrested. There's no reason why this even came about that you can give to me that would justify it. What do you mean a day set aside for rape? You should be thrown under the jail for even engaging in a conversation about such a day, such a culture. What the Every day, this country is sinking more and more into poverty. There are no jobs. People cannot afford basic amenities or even a place to breathe. People are going on living not even knowing where their next food will come, but some people are planning or are excited about engaging in a day about raping women. And people are saying people don't understand why women are reacting the way they do. Is there a day set aside for women to castrate men? Doesn't that sound barbaric? You hear a day set aside for this. I saw this video of this person talking about, oh my god, they don't get... There are men laughing at videos of this happening online. And we're supposed to think this is a normal society that we live in. Say if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. But as it is that the only thing I wish upon people is death, let me just keep quiet.
You're welcome to share your thoughts in the comments. And if you believe in creating a world where women can exist freely and safely, like, share, and subscribe to Girlhood Dynamics, because these conversations, they matter more than ever.
This is not a ranting video, because I may have learned the hard way, but I know those only gather a bunch of comments from people like me who can do nothing but hold their rage and sit at home. This is a call to order, a compulsory reflection for both the youths and the elders. From a 21-year-old who would choose death over living under an umbrella called Nigeria, this is raw. They say it is not all men but always a man, and I do not agree with them. I think it is not all men but always an animal, because these people don't even deserve to be labeled humans. I asked ChatGPT and he couldn't, so maybe you should explain to me like a baby what you mean by a raping festival. A whole of 7 days where men can molest women seen on the streets and get away is brazy. Can only be demands of gods that must be crazy, carried out by animals we are enabling, because this is someone's best father and brother who left their houses this morning. I'm going for Ozoro festival, and the women in the home did not forget rat poison in their banga. How? There is a so-called government in that state. Under the constitution, one of the biggest crimes is rape. So would the police say they have not seen this? Or is Amadio's power now greater than that of the IGP? In a country where we've had more rape cases this year than we've had rain, you would think men will take it upon themselves to kill any animal found participating in this shame. But everyone is acting like it is just another day. Instead of cancelling the barbaric tradition, they are sending out curfew saying women should stay safe. There is a running university in that state, for God's sake. And don't get me started on thinking if this even applies to women from a certain age. Do you know how bad it is to be numb to chaos? To hear the sound of someone getting burnt alive and think it's just another day in the streets of Lagos. To see bandits and kidnappers flaunting money on TikTok, knowing fully well the authorities involved will do nothing. Do you know what it means to be depleted and drained? To be so used to hearing of death, the day it doesn't happen becomes weird. Maybe if you do, then you'll know what it means to walk in my shoes. To wake up every morning screaming at the top of my lungs that something is bad, and still watching it happen.